guys. Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Tech FX, ZTFX. Um, Today we're going to talk about these signals you guys do see here. I'm going to explain to you guys how this signal is being traded. For example, um, the signal comes into the Telegram channel automatically. When the signal comes up, it's captured the screenshot of the chart automatically, be it any pairs, and it's being forwarded to the Telegram for people to see. All right, with no further ado, when you talk about signals, people, try to get Euro USD buy and sell, Euro USD, GBP USD, Nasdaq buy, Nasdaq sell, TP stop loss, and other things, guys. Just give you numbers and you check. But this one, it comes in with screenshots, right? It comes in with screenshots. So if you're good if before you can be able to understand this, you need to be good and conversant with at least little knowledge of price actions, guys. You need to be conversant with price action. So when the signal comes, with the look of your eyes, when you see those charts, when you open the signal and check the chart, you can be able to enter the trade. Now, most especially the patterns and strategies and people teach, are being developed by some people, not a robot. So it's human like you and I that develop those strategy, and it works for them. You get? So that's just a one of these stuff, guys. So let me dive into the chart so you can be able to see what I'm trying to say. This is Euro JPY, guys. So I'll go straight to the point to teach you. I'm not going to start telling you what is contained in the chart and blah blah blah. But for the lecture teaching purposes, this is a B super signal, which this white arrow is B super signal, and this B super signal, which is white arrow, is strong on daily and H4 time frame. 1 hour, you need to be very careful, but it works very well on 1 hour if you understand the movement of the market, if you can be able to understand the price action of the market. So on 1 hour it's quite cool, and on daily it's quite cool. On H4 it's quite strong on those time frame, but need to watch it before you enter the trade. All right, this is white arrow. Then this round stuff you see here is brilliant reversal. Where if the market has been oversold, overbought, or overstretched, the market will come up. This round's brilliant reversal will come up, and we have the green and the black one. This is what does the retracement, and the bigger one is the one big green and one big red ones here. So it is 2 in 1 here, guys. The green one is here and star reversal is here too. So this black one is just the retracement and continuation, But when you have a full reversal, you have this red, you have this green one here, this big green one here, and you have this big red one here. And between it, you have the retracement, just pull back, retrace, pull back, retrace before continuation. So this round one now, as you see this small dots here, this green one was here before the market was pulled down this, have a very long sell here and rejected and got to this zone before it begins to pull back. Then this one here repented to this one, but this white arrow, most times on H1 time frame, it appears and stays, it appears and out or disappear, but it's very strong on H4 time frame. This is 4 hours time frame, and it's also very strong on daily time frame, guys. So if you get this white signal, there's a way I will show you guys how to trade it. I will show you how to trade it, and you don't just stay in the long, but if you want to swing it, guys, if you want to swing this, you want to swing trade, then you wait for signal on daily time frame. So when you wait for signal on daily time frame, when the signal comes on daily time frame, you can now come down to at least 4 hours or 1 hour and wait for that swing movement. The swing trade lasts for at least, if you're on 4 hours, it lasts for at least 4 or 5 days, even 1 week or 2 weeks, guys. Even on H1, it can last for maybe 1 week or so if you're swinging. So let's dive into the signal on the Telegram so you can understand what I mean on how to trade the H1 and H4 time frame. So this is how the signal comes in on Telegram channel. For example, let me scroll up and start from where you get the signals, guys. Let me start from here. This is January 20, which is yesterday. We have let's say, okay, you see this one, Forex Spectrum. This is another indicator to be added on this platform. So if you want to know about Forex Spectrum, you can Google about Forex Spectrum and see more about it, guys. This is not what I will start explaining, guys. This is not what I will start explaining. So when you move into the browser, you can Google about Forex Spectrum. You can take a look and Google about Forex Spectrum, guys. So let me do that here. You will understand what Forex Spectrum is all about and how you can trade it. You see Forex Spectrum. So when you click on it, you can, take a look at what Forex Spectrum is on how it works, guys, on how it works. See Forex Spectrum. So you can see how Forex Spectrum works. This is also the system I added up into this signal chart that comes in. You see how the Forex Spectrum works. See how it works, how it opens trade, guys. So the buy and sell, pips covered. We have the TP1, TP2, and this is how the Forex Spectrum works. So this is the thing you need to check up yourself, and it's kind of costly, guys. But the signal comes in automatically to the channel. All right, let me move back to where I was showing you guys. Now this is the signal. Okay, I'm not talking about this Forex Spectrum. This is signal Euro card B super signal. This is H1 time frame. So we have the Euro card H1 B super signal buy. All right, let's move to H1 on Euro card. All right, let's check Euro card here, and we have this Euro card on H1 time frame, which happened yesterday. Let's take a look and see where it happened yesterday. This Euro card, open the chart. Now you see where the Euro card happened here. We have the last swing here, and we have the pullback, double sell and single, and a buy signal here. So if you check this chart, guys, it is cool correct here, guys. Now, how do you trade this, guys? This is H1 time frame, guys. This is H1 time frame. If you want to trade this, I repeat, you only target for at least 20 to 30 pips. Don't just stay long, because this is H1 time frame. You only target for 20 to 30 pips. So this signal comes at least 10, 15 times in a day. When the signal comes on every time frame, on every currency pairs. So look at it, every currency pairs, it comes in every day. The chart, it screenshot the chart and instantly. This is being done in a seconds. When the signal comes, appears, it just get the chart and forward to you. So you can open the chart yourself and see. Then you can open your system, or you open your laptop or palm top and check the chart yourself and know if the signal is correct, if the market is really doing what is meant to be done. So coming down here again, I think is Euro card, which is B super signal buy. How do you enter this trade? You don't just enter this trade on this 1 hour time frame. If you can take this risk to enter, no problem, but you don't just enter it. How do I trade it? I'll take out my vertical line, place it on where the signal comes in. See, this is where the signal came in, right? Then take another one. This is the round dot where they have the last swing here, guys. You see the last swing and where the signal appears. Then I'll move down to 15 minutes time frame, guys. Moving on to 15 minutes time frame. Did you see that? This is where this thing appears, and this is where the signal appeared on H1. This first white line is where the signal appeared on H1. Now here we have the signal. This B super signal already appeared in 15 minutes. These two things have appeared in 15 minutes. That's one. If you check 1 hour, see 1 hour, this has appeared. B super signal has appeared. Now if you check 15 minutes, they have already appeared. You see, and the signal came in at this area. Now, if you want to push in for this signal, and if you want to trade for this signal, you target the previous high and this high again. We all know about support and resistance. Market tends to move into support and resistance zone. For example, this area, or this major area here. This major area you see here, guys. See this major line. And when you look at this system and look at this indicator, you will see these lines here. These are market maker trend line. You hope you guys understand it. This indicator is from Agimat. You understand it from Agimat system. And the right hand side here, see ADR, average daily high and daily low, previous weekly high, previous weekly low. All these things is what you need to Google about yourself and understand what is previous weekly high, weekly low, and all those things are pivot points, guys. All right, this is definitely where the signal appears on H1. Now, what I mean is this. You target only 20 to 30 pips. So if you pick a trade from this 15 minutes time frame and target to this area, is 24 pips, guys. So you target this first zone. You see what I'm saying? You target this first zone here, this line here, or you target this last one here, because these are major zone. Market tends to move close to it, guys. And this is also a major support zone, guys, resistance zone, or you call it a major rejection zone. So when you pick an entry from the, because you got this signal on H1. Let me clarify this. You got this signal on H1. Let me clear this. This is the vertical line that's this super signal appeared on, right? Move into 15 minutes time frame. So I'm doing this is what 4:1. That is 15 minutes into 4 will give you 1 hour here. You see, 15 into 1. So I come down to 15 minutes time frame and I look for, this is where the signal appeared. So I can be able to draw a price pattern and this is the low, this is highest high, this is the low. I can draw a W pattern here and make sure it gives me what I want. This is the last high, and this is also the low here. Then we have another high here. Sorry guys, we have another high here. So from here, this is more like a W pattern where you can tend to ride with the trade. So if you enter the trade here, your target should be 20 pips or 30 pips. I mean 20 to 30 pips. So as a trader, you need to watch it very clearly. So when the signal appears on H1 time frame, you come down to 15 minutes time frame and what? And organize and enter your trade. This is how I trade with this B super signal. All right. I'll still talk about the H4 and daily time frame if you want move into a swing. Now there's also a factor on entering this trade on 15 minutes time frame. Now let's take a look at let's see if you can see another chart for H1 so we can be able to understand what I'm trying to say. Alright, this is Euro odd. We have done that. This is Euro card. Sorry, Euro card. Then we have to do odd NZD. Alright, let's look for odd NZD. Australian dollar NZD. Okay, that is it here. Okay, now this is Australian dollar NZD on what? On H1 time frame, right? It's H1 sell. Now, and we can zoom the chart and see where the signal appeared. The signal appeared on the what? There's two railroad candle here, the sell and the buy. Now let's move to the chart, guys. So there is it, guys. And some broker differs. This is Xness. So this is it. This is the sell signal here, right? Now let's move to 15 minutes and see what happens on 15 minutes. You see what happened on 15 minutes? So this is where the sell appeared. Though this has already occurred here, right? And the market tends to come down, pull back, come down, pull back, come down, pull back. Then it gave a sell signal here. Now, if you enter a sell here at this area and this candle here, remember we have a pullback. So your target should be what? The previous low here or this zone here. We also have this one. Remember on this 15 minutes here, on this 15 minutes, let's move out to 1 hour. So all these things I said, you need to have your head with need to get yourself acquainted or get yourself make yourself understand price actions, or we have all this training that comes out everywhere. People that develop their strategy, ICT, BTMM, and so many other things. So when checking this 1 hour time frame now, see we have a gap here. So we call it fair value gap. So we call it liquidity void, all those kind of thing. And let me zoom this and show you guys. You see this here? See this gap here? Markets will definitely tend to do what? Cover this gap. So I'm not here to lecture you guys about this. So I'm just trying to show you guys something. See this thing here? See this here? Market will definitely try to cover it up. Market will definitely cover this area up. So by covering this area up, we are targeting using this market maker trend line. Using this market maker trend line, you see this brown line here. That's where this maybe your target if you want to sell. So this whole space, market can tend to cover it up, guys. Market will definitely cover it up. Now we have this B super signal here on H1, and we have this reversal here on H1. If you come down on 15 minutes, remember this is odd NZD New Zealand dollar. Australian dollar versus New Zealand dollar. Now this is where the signal appeared on H1 with all this long move. Guys, see all this rejection long move. Now, if you enter this trade here, you definitely have a drawdown. If you place your stop loss at this area, market will tend to hit your stop loss and begin to come down. But let's assume you saw this signal as a sell and you entered here. Now, from this place to this place is almost 10 pips. Then our target is 20 pips, guys. Our target is 20 pips. Now, using this average daily high and average daily low, ADR, you could just take this ADR low and ADR high and Google it on your, move to your Google and understand what it is. It's not something high, it's not something different. So probably high, probably low. So market is probably going to do what? Pull down. Now this is where the signal appeared on what? On H1. Now you see another big super signal, and this thing you see here now. I told you guys from the beginning that this is a retracement, not a reversal. This what is what called a reversal. But if this market pulls or pull back enough, this round stuff here you see here will disappear and appear that way, because this totally repent, guys. But I'm just showing you how you guys can trade with this white arrow using big super signal. This is big super signal. All right. Let's move back to 1 hour. You see the market is still pulling back, but it trended down and begin to pull back. Remember I said 20 to 30 pips. So if this should hit your stop loss, maybe you're out of the trade. Guys, I'm just showing you guys. If you enter 15 minutes and enter the trade and place your top stop loss above this high, market you may be in profit a little, then pull back. Profit at least maybe 10 to 8 pips or so, or 10 pips, then pull back again. You may hit your stop loss. You understand? If you sell 20 pips, take profit. Now let's check another pair again. This is odd USD. Let's take a look to another pair, and we keep moving. Euro card. I think we've done Euro card before. Yeah, the market is still moving and it's still giving you that signal. The market moved again. Give that signal, you should have entered. Then we have odd NZD, which is a sell, and we have odd NZD again too, which is a pullback. BTC USD, okay, this is Forex Spectrum. I told you guys should Google about this. Forex Spectrum. It's quite good. It was quite a good signal. It doesn't repent too. Then GBP Chef Forex Spectrum 2. It doesn't repent. If this Forex Spectrum will give you target of take profit 1 and give you target of take profit 2. For example, Forex Spectrum to sell at this area and stop loss should be at this area. So when you zoom the chart, you see your TP1. This is for a buy and your TP1 is there. This is for a sell, and your take profit should be at least 20 pips, 15 to 20 pips. This is how Forex Spectrum do. Then your TP2 is higher and your TP3 is more like higher too. Now let's look for another pair that says B super. Okay, let's move into H4 as I said before. H4 time frame. Then this is GBP card that said H4 buy H4 GBP card B super signal buy at this price. Now when you move into the chart, let's take a look at GBP card. Let me close this off. GBP card, yeah, GBP card, yeah, that's the pair here. GBP card. Now this is H4 time frame. Let me switch to H4 time frame, guys. Now this H4 time frame, you said GBP card buy here, right? Now when you take a look at this H4 time frame, the market is trending downwards, and as you can see, this round black dot here now, it is just more like a retracement, not a reversal. It's a retracement, not a reversal. Now on this pair, let's take a look at that pair 4 hours time frame. You come down to 30 minutes. You see what happened here on 30 minutes. Remember I said when you get a signal on H1, you come down to 15 minutes. When you get on H4, come down to 30 minutes, or you can move down to 15 minutes to see where you can be able to push in for the trend. You see, you can just come to 15 minutes and see if you can push in for the trend. But H4 is to 30, 1 hour is to 15, then daily is to H4, or you can move down to H1. But that's what I'm trying to teach you guys now. Now when you get this signal on H4, this is the super signal on H4. Be super signal buy on H4, and remember, take a look at this black arrow for retracement, not a reversal, because all these areas, I don't know, all this place now you move down to 30 minutes. This is the market in 30 minutes. Remember I said 20 to 30 pips. You enter this trade from here 30 minutes, from here to here is give you 20 pips, right? You see, then from here to this area too is 30 pips or more. So your target should be this major zone before the market come pull back again. And we may be having a retest on this zone if the market is pulling back. But on 30 minutes, it shows a reversal movement. You see this? It shows a reversal movement. On H1, because this is H4, we got a signal H4. On H1, we tend to have we tend to have a reversal on H4. So this is the height, this is the complete green, sell, buy, sell. These two ones is just retracement. Then we have the long one here, which is more like a buy on H4. But if you check on H1, sorry. But if you check on H4, we have this buy here. And this buy now, market has come down to this previous low, ADR low. So the market may tend to move back to this daily high or previous weekly high, or get to this market maker trend zone, which is this black line you see here, before what? Continue its downtrend. All right, that's it for this GBP card. Then this is also GBP odd too. So I think with this scenario, you guys have understood what I'm trying to explain. But let me move into the chart and show you one other thing you guys need to understand. Okay, this is the chart. Like now, having this H1 time frame, if you come down to 30 minutes time frame, you check how the trend is being formed. You check how the pattern is being formed. You can look for M pattern, you can look for W pattern inside this lower time frame when you get a signal on higher time frame on H4, guys. You can move down to 30 minutes because 30 minutes into 4 will give you what? 30 minutes into 4 will give you 2 hours. So then into 6 will give you 3 hours. That's 30 to 1, 30 to 1, 30 to 1. So 30 into 8 will give you 4 hours, I guess. So if you move to 4 hours and capture this trend, you check your 30 minutes or you check your 1 hour and see where the trend is. You see, the same place this one appeared on H1, it's still the same place this appeared on what? On H4. All right, now let's move to higher time frame, guys. Let me use one pair. Which pair am I going to use to clarify this? To clarify this entry. Okay, let's take one. Okay, guys, let's take one. Now let me use this daily time frame. Let's start from daily time frame. B super signal is kind of high on daily time frame. Take a look at this, guys. If you want to go for swing, guys, if you want to go for at least swing, at least 100 to 200 pips, guys. Let's take a look. This is B super signal. I'm using this white line to show you guys this. This is B super signal on daily time frame. Which pair is this? Euro JPY, yes, on daily time frame. Now, if I get this on daily time frame, let's move into H1 or H4. Let's go and come down to H4. You see where the signal appeared on H4. The markets, this already occurred on H4. On daily, it has occurred on daily. On H4, it has already occurred on H4. The market moved a little while from here to this spot, which is almost 95 pips. Pull back again and continue this kind of movement. You see a test again. Now, if you want to move for a swing using daily time frame, if you enter this trade, you just forget about it. Your target should be the major zones. For example, this is a major zone, and this also have a major zone, this area. Guys, let me shrink it and show you guys. You see, we have this area. We also have this area. We also have this area. How do I know? How do I detect that? This market maker shows me that this black line, this red line, this black line too. This also this zigzag dash line here you see here. So if I'm targeting a swing movement, if I enter this trade here and I know that the market is going to move, I set my stop loss about outside this area, then my target should be from this zone I entered to this red line, or from this red line to this stick line, from this stick line to this main line. So if I push in from this area and I say I'll take my profit in this mid tick line here, this dash line here, is going to give me at least 300 pips of take profit. And this lasts for how many weeks? Let's take a look. I know how many. This is for H4 time frame. So this will last for, this started from on 12th of December last year, and we take profits will be on January 4. Have you seen that? A very long time. This is a swing trade, guys. This is a swing trade on H4 time frame. Now, if you want to move down to lower time frame, which is H1, this is H1 time frame, then have to go back a little for you to get where the signal is. This is where the signal is, guys. This is where the signal is. Now, this has already occurred. This is a daily buy. B super signal buy. Daily. See B super signal buy on daily. Come to H1. Go back. This where the signal appeared on daily. Now, this is the last swing. If you can give yourself a W pattern or M pattern, then you are good to go. For maybe this is the last swing, you draw W here, and market turns up, came back for a test, and continued movement. So your target should be, if you are entering on H1, your target should be on this line here. If you have this on your system, good. But if you have anything that can help you confirm using your mobile phone, because most of us trade with mobile phone, If you have anything that can help you confirm using your mobile phone, from here to here, we'll give you 75 pips. If you have anything that will help you confirm with your mobile phone, it's good. If you're using your system, maybe try and get this kind of indicator. It will help you so much. And when you get the alert on your phone, you can be able to understand what it is. Now let's move back to the daily again. People like trading Euro USD. Let me look for Euro USD. So I'm getting a message I should use Euro USD to do this. Euro USD. Okay, this is Euro USD. All right. Now we have Euro USD here, and on daily time frame, this is where the signal appeared on Euro USD daily time frame. I come down to 4 hours, and here is it on 4 hours. It has already occurred here, and have the buy signal here. And if I want to target, I'll target entry here 1, take profit here, and take profit here 2. Look at what happened. Now let's shrink it and see what happens, guys. You see, markets got to this zone and also got to this zone and pulled back again. It didn't get closer to this zone, but it pulled back again, guys. So if you are targeting, you target, at least a range of pips. Don't stay in a trade for a long time, guys. If you are scalping, don't stay in a trade for a long time. If you are in intraday trading, don't stay in a trade for a long time. When you're into profit and you're okay with the profit, close it up and move out of your way and move out. So that's just it, guys. From here to this point, to give you 80 pips, guys, on Euro USD. This is where the signal appeared on daily time frame, guys. This is where the signal appeared on daily time frame. So if you enter on this daily time frame from here to this spot, to this trend, give you 70 or 80 pips. So if you depends on the volume or lot size you used to trade this. Now, if you get this signal on H4, let me clear this out. And this is H4 time frame, and I get this sell signal on H4 time frame. This is H4. I move down to maybe H1 or 30 minutes. You see, this one has already appeared. Then if I'm entering here, my target should be what? This thick zigzag line, or this what? Blue line here. This zigzag line or blue line here. Now on daily, if you're entering on H4, your target should be these black lines, these zigzag black lines. Or if you're entering on H4, your target should be blue lines and more. There's one tiny zigzag line here. So if I entered on H4 here, now I'm entering on this line here. My target should be maybe this zone, because I said if you're scalping, just enter 16 pips, 40 pips. So if I target this zone, I will be moving out with 50 pips or 55 or 60 pips, guys. So if I'm still riding, I'm still trailing with the market as a downtrend, I've set my stop loss and allow the market to move. I will also target this zone, this line, blue line here too. All right, that's it for how you can trade with Super Signal, guys. So if you have any other to touch any other system that is good again, and maybe I'll add it up to this system, so you guys will be getting the signal automatically. Then if you have your system, you move around with your tab or iPad or maybe a small mini laptop for this to trade. When you get this signal, if the signal comes in, boom, to your if signal comes in, you zoom the chart, check the trend and see how the trend, check the time frame, the time frame that the signal came in from, check the time frame. Okay, Super Signal is giving me buy on GBP odd. As a trader, you move into your chart and don't just enter the trade, move into your chart and check GBP odd and say, okay, this signal is giving me this. Okay, how sure is this signal? How am I going to confirm that this signal is right for me to enter, on H4 time frame, and I'm seeing a buy signal here? How am I sure that this signal is real? How am I sure that it's going to make profit? I'll just look at the trend, and this is an uptrend, and the market has already reached this level. Am I sure this is not just a retracement? It's not a reversal. So you trade with the trend. So as you have seen, the market has reached this area of H4 and it's trying to come back down. You got this. This should be a warning for you that, okay, this is just a retracement. I'll wait for it at this major zone so I can be able to trend downward, because this is a downward trend. So even if I put this here, when I put this thing here and come down to 30 minutes time frame and check the trend on 30 minutes time, you see the market is just doing retracement and it's already started selling off again. With this thing, you see, it's already started selling off because it has reached to these major zones here. So all these things now you see here is just what you need to, take a look and understand. So with no further ado, I will go still, teach you guys maybe on upcoming lectures. I can be able to teach you guys a little bit about price movement and other things. But this is not for it. This is just the signal that comes automatically. So even if I add any other indicator again or something like that, you should be able to understand how it is. So to round this up, when you get a signal on H1, be super signal, buy on H1, come down to 15 minutes, scalp at least 15 to 20 pips, and you're out of the market. Don't stay long. Don't say the market is trending long. I repeat that one again. When you get a signal on this Telegram channel that shows you be super signal buy, you move down to 15 minutes, check the structure of the market, and if to know if it is a buy, check if there's a W formation or M formation or a rising wedge or falling wedge. Draw that pattern on yourself, and you can be able to push in for a trade and know if that's broken the market structure, guys. If that's broken the market structure and comes back to retest, you are good to enter. Now, if you get a signal on H42, you move down to 30 minutes, or you want to swing it, you check down with 4 hours and know where the market is moving. So daily, if you also get on daily time frame, then you can also move down to maybe H1 and check if it's going to be a swing or H4, then before you now pushing for a trade and hold for a while now, guys. All right, then for Forex Spectrum, I've showed you guys the site from the beginning to check Forex Spectrum. I didn't say you should buy, but to check Forex Spectrum is a good system. But you have to, when you want to choose that Forex Spectrum, you need to understand price movement. Don't just rely yourself on the indicator and when the signal comes by, you just enter buy because you enter say no. Understand the price. It will help you to move into a trade. So I still have other confirmations to use this system for. Sorry, guys. I still have other confirmation to use this system for. It's not only just signal. So in the upcoming video, I will also show you maybe you can add a little sort of something here below here to make you understand this movement, guys. To make you understand this movement. All right, thank you guys and God bless you. This is Agatech FX signing off. Bye for now. If you have any question about the signal or what you need to do on how to get this, kindly chat me up. This is a private video, not a social video, because I will not be posting this on YouTube. This is a private video. So anybody that wants to join this signal channel, I'll send him or her this video for he or she to understand or to know how to use this system. It's not just when you see this thing you enter. Some do trade with this signal, guys. Truly, some trade with these signals. When it comes, they'll just enter and hold for a long time. Some trade with this, when it comes, they enter and hold for a long time. You understand? But it doesn't work like that, because this is one of the best B super signal ever. This is first version provided, first version being produced, and it's still perfect. It's still cool. It's strong on H4 and it's strong on daily. But H1, it kind of moves on H1 and disappears on H1, but it works. So other version that comes in, it's somehow, guys. But for this, I love this. It's good for swing. It's also good for scalping if you understand price movement. Thank you and God bless you. Zakatech FX signing off. Bye for now. Peace.